Ricciardo also claimed he did not realize that the Dutchman will hold a performance advantage until the end of the campaign. For the Austin weekend, Renault has given one version of its updated power unit, which includes 2018 development parts, to each of its 3 teams. It is then up to those teams to decide which driver runs it. At Renault, Nico Hülkenberg has got the new specification and Brendan Hartley is running it at Toro Rosso, while Verstappen has been given the Red Bull version. They are the only 3 updated engines that will be made available this season, which means that if the other Renault drivers need to change a power unit, then they will have to stick to the older spec. There have been suggestions the new unit is worth up to 0.2 of a second. Asked about how big a disadvantage he felt he had with running the old engine, Ricciardo said, "We had different engine specs, I had no idea. Seriously, I didn't know whose was faster," when told that Verstappen, who qualified behind him in 6th place before dropping 15 further places thanks to grid penalty he received for taking the new engine, held the advantage. Ricciardo smiled as he punched the air in delight. It is likely that Ricciardo will change engines at the next race in Mexico, even though there is a chance he could get through the campaign with his current power unit. "I believe I will have to take another penalty, and I believe I will have a grid penalty in the next 3 races," he said. "I would like to say no I won't, but it is probably more likely than not at this stage." When pushed on if he felt any disappointment about having a different specification of engine to Verstappen, Ricciardo joked, "Oh, so that is why Max signed his contract? I literally had no idea. Maybe they told me and I chose not to listen, but if that is the case he'll just charge my way through." Jumping Bottas key to fighting Mercedes and Ferrari. Although Red Bull was unable to match Mercedes and Ferrari in qualifying at Austin, Ricciardo, who will start 4th, thinks that he can take the fight to the front in the race if he jumps Valtteri Bottas for 3rd place at the start. "I have to put myself there at the start," he said. "I really need to try to jump Valtteri and put myself with Lewis Hamilton and Seb Vettel to try to run with them, and then we will go from there." That last run in Q3 was encouraging. Q1 I was like over a second off the pace and we were a long way from where we needed to be, so we found a lot of time in that 1 hour.